Excellent. Welcome to the Town of Basalt Planning and Zoning Commission meeting on Tuesday, May 6th. May we have a call to order?
Yes, Bill Marin. Kyle Oberketter is absent. Eric Vozick.
Here.
Rob Levitt.
Yes.
Cindy Hirschfield.
Here.
Katie Hostetler is absent. Mike Horvath.
Here.
Bob Kaplan is absent, and Ben Firestein.
Here.
You have a quorum.
Excellent. The first item on the agenda is the election of a chair. Is there anything you want to prep us on, or?
Just thank you for your service. You've been the chair for a long time. And we would take nominations for chair. And if we have multiple nominations, I've brought some pieces of paper that we can do a secret ballot for voting, if that's acceptable to the commission.
Any objections to that? Do we have any nominations?
Do we nominate someone who's not here?
Put it on them.
I nominate Eric for an additional term.
Are there any other nominations?
Is it a one-year term?
Yeah, we usually do
In
one-year
theory?
terms. Yeah, in theory.
Yeah, we have elections every 2 years.
Yeah. Eric, do you accept renomination?
I would accept the renomination. Thank you for the nomination, I guess. So,
Well, since we don't have any other candidates, is the board willing to provide a motion to accept Eric as chair again?
Motion to accept Eric as chair.
I'll second that.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right.
All right, I'm it again. Excellent, thank you.
Sorry to do that to you. I apologize. That was not
Good.
Easiest election ever.
Yes, I didn't even have to run a formal campaign. Next item then is,
Before
oh, sorry.
the next item, what about the pro tem?
Oh,
Yeah, we can do pro tem as well.
That was me last time, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, Bill's the current pro tem. Is there,
motion.
I nominate Bill and provide a motion to maintain him as pro tem.
Second?
Second?
Second.
Second. From Mike, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Quote-unquote power structure remains the same.
Darn, I should have done something different.
Okay. So the next item then is Eagle County referral in regards to 301 Tree Farm Drive and a rezoning. And I'll leave it for staff for comments and direction.
Carlton's handling this. Carlton's our new planner who everybody's met. Carlton, if you can please come up to the microphones there. I'll share.
Terrific. Well, good evening, Planning and Zoning Commissioners. Excited to be presenting to you guys for the first time this evening. Today, we are going to be talking about referral from Eagle County for 301 Tree Farm Drive, which is located in the town of Basalt's planning area, and also the 3-mile planning area from the town of Basalt. Just to clarify those two things, within Eagle County, they have jurisdictional areas. So there's, per se, the El Jabal planning area, which is part of unincorporated Eagle County. There's also the Basalt planning area as part of unincorporated Eagle County. This is in the Basalt planning area. Also falls within the 3-mile planning area for the town of Basalt. We were referred on 2 zone change permits for Eagle County. And just to give you guys a little bit of history for this property, as Commissioner Firestein referred to previously this evening, this was known as the McKelvey property. The original structure is actually dated to 1979 per Eagle County records. The effective property date is, or structure date is 2000. Currently on the property is a 3-bed, 2-bath, approximately 2,500 square foot, single-family residence. It also may be of interest to the commission. The town of Basalt was not included on a referral, but there is a third application as a part of this set of zone change applications, which is a limited review application for an accessory dwelling unit at this property. Staff felt that while it was not included in the staff report, that was an important piece of historical and just contextual information. But again, because of the limited review capacity within Eagle County, we were not referred on that part of the application. Moving on, so this is a little bit of a weird one. The property is currently effectively without zoning. There was a PUD that included this property, which dated to the 90s. And then there was no development that occurred with that PUD, and the PUD expired. And then because there were no development applications in the interim years since that expiration, there's been effectively no zoning on this property. The property was sold on the 4th of September of last year, and the new property owners have come forward, and Eagle County staff has directed the current property owners to seek this zone change. As I mentioned at the top, this is a pair of zone change applications. The first one is required because Eagle County is a statutory county to send the property from the expired PUD back to its preceding zoning. The preceding zoning is actually non-conforming. Preceding zoning on the property would be the resource zone district, which requires a minimum of 35 acres for a parcel. This parcel is 6.8 acres, as you can see on the screen here. Then staff is recommending that the applicant seek the more appropriate zoning designation of rural residential. Town of Basalt staff has found that this zoning district and its associated density conforms with the low-density residential land use designation that this property falls within in the town's 3-mile planning area, and 2020 master plan future land use map. I think I can open it up to questions now.
Maybe before questions, just kind of an explanation of the draft letter that you have in the packet of materials for P&Z to consider. The draft letter basically indicates acceptance of what is being proposed in terms of the zoning changes, and indicates that the town would have an interest in seeing a referral on further applications on its property, since it's really just a zoning action that we're weighing in on as part of this application. Do you have anything to add to what's in the letter there?
Not at this time. I believe the max density under the rural residential, just for context, is 2 units per acre. So the max on this would be 3 units in total with the rezone. But
2 units per acre.
correct.
You said it was 6 acres.
Is it,
I think it's 1 acre, one
I'm sorry, I'm
per
sorry.
2 acres.
correct, yeah, sorry, I flipped that. Yeah. One per 2 acres. The max I can tell you is 3 units of density total. And as being proposed would be an accessory dwelling unit. Unfortunately, the full details of that limited review application are not publicly available. There has been discussion between town staff and county staff regarding that application, and staff is presenting a letter for your approval and then referral to Eagle County staff, which would also request that we would receive notice of that future land use application or building permits at this property.
And so the P and Z has the options this evening of directing staff to transmit the letter as drafted. P and Z could recommend amendments to the letter if you felt that necessary.
And just to clarify, referral comments are requested to be returned a week from today, May 13th.
Thank you for that. Any commissioner questions?
I have a few questions. So are they looking to redevelop that? You said there was a structure on there that was built in the 70s or in 2000? Sorry. You said there was a structure on the property already that was built in, did you say 2000 or in the 70s?
Yeah,
I wasn't clear on that.
So the assessors, I'm guessing the structure and predominantly the foundation is dated to 79. But the way the assessor determines it is there's an actual structure date and an effective structure date. So the effective structure is dated to 2000 on the assessor's map, just for a little bit of historical context. With the, I would say that staff can't
So what,
opine on whether or not there would be a future development application besides the limited review application that's on the table here.
So I'm just wondering, like, what are the ramifications of what we're approving? I'm not clear on that. Like,
So-
if we approve the zoning change, does that open it up to things?
the zoning
Around
change
there, or-
basically allows through the Eagle County Code, because it's not in the town of Basalt, that they could come forward with future applications potentially for up to 3 total units on the property. But as Carlton suggested, they currently only have a proposal for the main house to remain, and then potentially for an ADU to be constructed with the main house.
Okay, and really, I mean, if we're saying yes, it's really just to bring it into conforming
A
with
conforming
the
zoning.
PUD, right?
And then additionally, I would also add that the rural residential zone change that they're requesting does conform with the density identified in the town of Basalt's long-range planning documents, including the 2020 master plan.
Okay, thanks.
Other questions?
The 2020 conformance with the rural classification that we are approving, on page 20 of the applicant's handout here, it shows the 2018 flume and classifies this area as mixed-use, higher density, up to 7 dwelling units per acre.
And we have clarified in the letter that it's, that it would be in the low-density residential land use.
So the town's master plan is different than this chart here.
Yeah.
This chart is from the Eagle County Mid-Valley Area Community Plan.
Okay.
So they have different designations for property in the 3-mile planning area than the town of Basalt does, so they don't necessarily equal each other. The town's master plan calls for slightly less density, but it is still within the town's urban growth boundary. The up to 7 dwelling units per acre is the Eagle County Mid-Valley Area Community Plan's guidance for the property. And then the town's master plan calls for lower density.
But at this time, the applicant is only seeking the rural residential designation, and if they were to upzone it, it would require an additional land use application.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I want to clarify.
Yeah.
Other questions? Just a point of clarification, so Eagle County, they just come to us for referral, so we're
Yeah.
not, we got no real say, unfortunately, at the end of the day. Just to clarify that.
They don't generally listen to us when we're anyway.
You said it, not me. If there are no more questions, do we want to entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion to accept the referral letter as drafted.
We have a second.
Do we want to amend the spelling of the chairman's last name, or should we leave it as it is? I kind of want to leave it as it is.
Staff will do that.
A second for as drafted.
I figured that would be just
Minor.
come with the process. What?
Microphone?
It's right here.
Yes. Please speak towards it.
So, just to clarify, we have a first
In a second.
and a second.
Wait a second.
All in favor? Aye. Motion carries. Excellent.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
So-
Carlton, nice job.
Good job. Last item then is commissioner comments and staff updates.
Yeah, in terms of staff updates, the next meeting will be on May 20th, and we'll have the Willits Bend Eagle County referral on that date, which is a little bit more significant county referral than what we just reviewed. And then you're likely to see the Jadwin preliminary plan application in June, and then potentially the 263 Park Avenue application that we did the site visit on today in June as well. And then some other updates. There is the waste drop-off for Basalt residents that the town has going. Let me show you on the website. And this is going through May 12th. So we've got big dumpsters at Albany Park and Cliffs Hillside Park and the Willits Rugby Park and also Wildwood Park. So Basalt residents can take their leaves and branches and whatever kind of yard waste you have sitting around to those facilities to help keep it out of the trash.
I've used it extensively the last couple of days. It's great that it's not just the weekends.
Yeah.
They have it running.
Yep.
Eric, it looks like a dumpster is across
Right in my front yard.
from your house, but that's not the one.
It is.
Oh, because Wildwood Park is the one that's, I thought, on the corner with the playground equipment. And
No,
that one's
that's,
Southside Park.
I think that's Wildwood. But that's the official one.
Yeah, they may have the names.
I think they got the names wrong, because there is a sign on the
Wildwood
corner
Park
one that
is-
says
Yes.
Wildwood Park.
Yeah.
Okay,
Corner,
good to know.
Southside Park. I'll have them correct that. And so that's a good program. That was in the paper today. And then other updates, the landscaping is starting to go in on the Willits, the Midland Avenue streetscape. And we have the lights in as well. So it's starting to really take shape.
Cool.
Is that space open again where Craft Coffee Shop was, or are they just remodeling?
We have had some inquiries from the operator, and they're thinking about some different options for the space. But we don't have anything concrete as of yet.
Any commissioner questions, updates? So James, it looks like we'll have 2 meetings in June?
Most likely,
Okay.
yeah. And a second one here in May. Yeah.
Awesome. If there's nothing else, do we have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Cindy gotcha. All in favor? Aye. Meeting is adjourned at 7:20.
All right. You bet.